Yeah, so now that we have quite a few of us here, welcome to the News London Brunch, guys. All for your talk, your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good season. I didn't even know we were gonna have a season, to be honest. I didn't think this project would kick off the way that it did. And oh hi, how are you?
Hi guys.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Gaines. Hello, we have everybody today. All right, well, let's go around the room, I guess, so we get to know everybody, if that helps. So, I mean, for the most part, the panelists know each other. So we got Katrina. How are you, my dear?
Hi everyone. You could call me Kat though.
Call it Cat. Cat, you know, that's Pablo. That's Kello.
Hi.
That's Catherine. That's A-Town. And that is Gaines.
Hi.
Everybody, that's Kat.
Hi.
She has she's been a member and a supporter of ours, so we appreciate you first and foremost.
Thank you
very much.
Of course, it's been a pleasure looking at you guys' videos. Very interesting topics. I like everyone's own take and perspective on it, so it's definitely fresh. So I enjoy.
Thank you for that.
Word, that's what's up.
You're supporting that. We do have another guest speaker. I'm sure he'll tune in whenever he is getting himself situated. But basically tonight, we're just going to discuss a couple things of how everybody's journey's been. And if Katrina, you have any questions or perspectives on any of these topics, by all means, chime in, ask what you want to ask, or discuss what you feel you might want to add in. If that makes any sense. I mean, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I'm choking on my words.
That makes sense.
Basically, before we get started, just gonna go over a few things for some of our audience because we had a couple of questions that were asked to me privately. And it started off with why did we do this? Why I selected the people I selected. That's always been a very heavy question. And what's the point of our podcast? I didn't even call it a podcast. Let me put that out there. I just thought it was a nice project we started to do this summer that I didn't really expect to take off the way that it did. I am a certified life coach. I got my associate's degree. And basically I did it because I love people. I love communication. I love talking to people, and I like to really hear other people's perspective of things because I feel like, in our human race and our culture with Black people and Puerto Rican or brown or however you want to look at it, those are our viewers. It's like there's a struggle when it comes to communication, but there's so much communication on social media, and it's like a free range to just explain and express your feelings or belittle or troll or whoever, whatever you decide to use your platform for. It's why can't us talk in person? No matter how tense maybe the conversations get. So I started the project, with my lovely panelists that agreed to work with me and give me their perspectives and even participate, which I want to say first and foremost, you guys, just from Professor X to the X-Men, I really mean how appreciative I am of you guys joining in. I really am appreciative that you guys even take your time because time is money. You know what I'm saying? For some people, people don't like time wasted. So the fact that you guys take time to even do this with me or even try to give your personal perspectives and share your life and experiences with not just me, but the world, whoever watches this. And I'm not saying the world is that big that's seen it, but who knows, they could. And, I hope that it helps somebody because we all come from all different walks of life, but at the same time, I think a lot of our stories are similar just because of our culture and our struggles and how we feel every day when we go to work or go to places, and you know what I mean? And, we don't always get cut slack or the space or have the space to talk, the space to be heard. We get silenced a lot. And I think a lot of us in our community, we get shut down because we're not able to speak and be who we are and what we are and how we think. So I, just wanted this to be a safe space for people to communicate, a safe space for people to be heard, a safe space for people to understand somebody else's perspective, have a debate or a healthy argument and not hate the next person when it's over. So to answer the question that I was asked is, I did this for a bigger purpose than, just myself and the group that participates in this with me. It's about communication, because I think simple conversations that could be had or need to be had could push us a whole lot farther as a culture if we actually listen to each other and actually, get to the bottom of what the problem is with each other, or this war, or whatever the government or whoever is placing this chokehold on our community. As far as that's my, I guess, my definition on it, to answer the question that was asked as far as why did I do this. Catherine, can I ask you maybe your perspective as to why you even said yes to participate in this project with me?
For sure. Like I said in my introduction video, I do anything for Janisha. So, you know what I mean? When she reached out, like, it's not a lot I say no to her too, because we just got that kind of relationship. And not only that, but I'm a social person. Everybody knows that. I'm a Gemini. I'm funny. I think I'm kind of funny just a little bit. And I just like interacting with people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it comes easily. Like, I don't have to like really think too much about it. So if you ask me, do I want to get up somewhere and talk and chit chat and do what I love to do anyway, why not? And then as we like proceeded with it, because, you kind of gave us a cap of like your vision on this. And as we started to really get into it, and I realized like how much footwork you had put in and how organized you had everything, like, and you said that this is something that you've been planning for a while, and just kind of watching us collectively and separately, how we interact with people on social media and, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Because with being on public platforms, like you said, it's number one, very, very easy to misconstrue things. It's very easy to start arguing with a person that you don't know from a hole in the wall. Like, there's some statuses that I see while I'm scrolling, and I have so much to say, and I like literally I start typing, and then I'm like delete, 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 type, 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 delete, and it like I'll go back and forth. I'm like, you know what? I'm just really gonna go ahead and not say nothing, because I know that this person, it doesn't matter how I try to season these words up, they are gonna get offended, and then I'm gonna be on Facebook all night going back and forth with somebody, and everybody's going to be refreshing the comments. I don't have the energy tonight, so I'm just going to go ahead and go. So to be able to do this, and it's like not live, but it's recorded and you can hear what I'm saying. Somebody could backtrack and be like, hold up, you mean this or you mean that? It's more clarification, you know what I mean, than sitting down and just writing blank words to one another, because we're all capable of saying something and it not coming out how we mean it. So I think that as it progressed and I seen how people were engaging in it, I was like, this is dope. And this really has a lot of potential. And it became like therapy for us. Like, I think Pablo was the first one to say it. Like, we have like, we chop it up before we start recording. He's like, yo, this is like therapy, yo. And it really is, because we ask each other how our week's been. And now we've got this little army, you know what I mean? Like, there was a time where, I had a health scare, I'm going through something, and everybody here reached out, can I do this? Can I do that? Somebody lost a family member, we all, so it's building bonds and families and a village. And that's really what life is all about, is like being here for one another. If you can help another person, you do. And I think that this is a strong base for that. And the more people we get involved, the better New London will be, to New London County, to Katrina, where are you from? Where do you reside?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
And to Brooklyn, New York, to, I think we have somebody from Africa at one point. So like, this is not a game. Like, we having fun, don't get us wrong, but we onto something, and I hope y'all know it.
Thank you for sharing that perspective, Catherine. I really appreciate it. And I thank you for that. Also, like, I really do thank you and dedicate your time, even though we have a friendship. Like, I really appreciate you guys just for being who you are. you know, and trust me, because I'll be honest with you, some of you, like I said, I didn't have really strong relationships with, like, I only know like personally two of y'all, you know, and the rest of you I kind of, you know, just got to know. So I think I agree with you on that. It was a dope, it's been a dope ride. Paul, what's your perspective on this journey, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, I had a great time, to be honest. The reason why I joined, I mean, if anybody that knows me knows, I mean, since middle school, I always been a nigga that likes debating. I like learning things. I like either telling somebody I was right or being proved I was wrong and now learning something. So like I'm always into talking, you know what I mean? And basically passing on knowledge type shit, or you know, having a friendly debate. But like I've always been like that. So when you ask me, and people know I got a lot to say on social media, you know, and a lot of times when I do say something, like the shit pops. So I kind of got a way of like getting under people's skin and even getting them to care enough to even say something or comment or stop and, you know, read the comments and add their opinion. So you know, social media is the perfect platform to do that. So, you know, I felt like I'm supposed to be here type, you know, and I knew why you chose me, you know. But yeah, I mean, when it started, I kind of just thought it was, you know, just us talking and that was just gonna be that. But like I've had more fun personally in the in between stuff, the stuff that we don't record. You know what I mean? Personally. You know what I'm saying? The videos is cool and everything like that, the episodes, but like I've liked that the talking that we've done in between, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm appreciative for. And I thank you for even considering me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have their own perspective of me. So I kind of would have never even thought that you would even want somebody like me on there, but you know, it kind of worked out. And a lot of people get to see that, you know, I'm not what they think I am at first. So it's kind of good to like clear that up with at least you guys, and you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I was happy to even be in the car on this ride. So thank you.
No, thank you, Paul. That's what's up. I really appreciate that. I didn't actually know you felt that way. So that's cool. That, I mean, I'm learning some stuff about y'all, that, you know, y'all hidden secrets and stuff. Because, you know, we chop it up. I check in on, you know, we check in each other, you know, throughout the week. But, you know, we only get a couple times to sit down and do this since everybody went back to work or back to school. You know, the summertime was I guess our free moment. You know, everything was just a lot of downtime, and now the winter's picking up, everybody's getting ready, and, you know, to holidays and things like that. So, you know, this has definitely been, I mean, like a Netflix special. We actually have like 9 episodes. Like I had to sit there and think about it. Like, this is kind of mind blowing, to be honest. Like, and as far as the topics go, I don't even know how that came about. I think we all came about that, and we just started picking topics, and then we just started focusing in. Because if you think about it, when it comes to conversation, I get lost in my story sometimes. I get lost in my story. Like if I'm telling you, trying to make a point, and I'll tell a story to try to make my point, I will get lost. And somebody like, well, what the hell was the point of the story? Like, and I'm like, dang, I had to learn, you know, obviously in school to like stay on one topic. And when I learned it and figured it out, it was kind of like, when you stay on one topic, depending on what the conversation of it is, like the debate, like if we bring it back to I don't know who came up with it, multiple baby mothers and fathers. I'm not sure who came up with that topic, but that topic was the most viewed, most popular, and it was still left so much open-ended. It was so open-ended that people still have so much to say, and so many comments and opinions and ideas of how things could have turned out better and all of that. Oh, Gaines came up with that. Thank you so much for that, Kelly. Gaines came up with that topic. So Gaines knew the clickbait topic. Okay, you know, I don't remember how we got with Roe versus Wade. I know it was a heavy thing going on during that week, as far as social media, as far as the news, as far as who came up with that? Me? Did I?
That was Kella. I thought that was Kella.
She says it was me. It might have been me. Maybe
Kelly's saying it's you, girl.
it might have been me because time out. You're right. Because Paul was very passionate about that when things
Yes.
were taking place on social media for him in his personal life about the comment he made in reference to the Roe versus Wade.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because I had deleted him because of the comment he made.
Because of my
I
post.
deleted him before we started this because of something he put up involving Roe. I was like, I'm through with him. Mr. Over 100 comments himself got the whole Facebook in a frenzy, ready to meet up on a block and jump him. Like, we ain't know you have feelings, Paul. My bad. My bad. We ain't...
I'm saying, I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to even like talk to share my point.
It's not for nothing when I was reading
because it's funny when we talked about it, like you got where I was coming from.
Yeah, because you were like, can I ask what made you delete me? And I'm like, I told you. And when you explained that, I was like, oh, and that's what I mean by misconstrue. Like when you like broke it down, I was like, okay, I see what you meant there. Like that's definitely understandable. And the baby mom, baby dad one, people were in a frenzy before we even dropped the episode. Like they were so offended. We're like, bro, like we're not coming out here we're not like, this ain't about, it's literally just like a topic, a conversation. Like calm down. If you got 3 baby dads, it's cool. If you got multiple baby moms, it's all right. We're not like.
I think
I got multiple baby moms. So you know what I'm saying? How I'm gonna judge somebody else? You feel me?
A-Town and Gaines pulled the trigger and emptied the clip out on that entire
Yes,
episode.
I recall.
So that's what really you know, we're gonna get into talk about that topic because it's still a lot left unsaid. But before we get into that, Katrina, my dear.
1 second.
Ooh.
I had to clean my camera, girl.
Oh, no problem. No
but
problem.
I'm here.
Would you like to tell the group a little bit about yourself, what piqued interest here on our podcast, and you know your thoughts? Share a little bit there, if you don't mind.
Well, my name is Katrina, you know, by birth, but like I said, you guys could call me Kat. I'm Trinidadian born, but I've been living in New York for about 18 years, going on 19 years come December. I met Janisha, like, damn, I can't remember when I met her, but it was a couple of years ago. But that's definitely my dogs. I have a lot of love for her. And podcast is something that she was talking about for quite some time. But to see it come into fruition now, it's definitely nostalgic to see. I think what I liked about this podcast is that I think, you know what's so crazy? Not even Janisha. I think I was listening to Mr. A-Town over there. He mentioned something. I don't know what topic it was, but I think he would talk about cheating. And his perspective was very interesting to me because I didn't disagree with it. That's what's interesting. I didn't disagree with it, even though I had my separate take on it. I agreed with him. And what I agreed with it, and just to sum it up, was everybody has their own thing that works for them. And though for me, I prefer to have something that be more monogamous. Somebody else might deal with something that is more for them. They might be okay with cheating in silence once they getting paid up, once they good, once they happy, and that don't matter to them. For me, it might be my thing, but for somebody else, it might be somebody else's thing. So it was just interesting to hear his take on it. And I respected it. I didn't even disagree with it. Some people might be like, girl, you crazy, and I don't see why. Because not everybody's sources for the same pot. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do, whatever works for you. So I really appreciate that. And Catherine, she's very interesting. I like how she is. She was spicy, caliente. I like listening to her and how passionate she is when she is speaking about all topics, actually. And I met her before, but I was just really messing with her. But I like it because she came back at me. I like, rare girl, go ahead. But I do appreciate the fact that she really stands by what she says. She stands by what she says, and that's also refreshing. So many times you hear women speak about certain things, and as soon as someone defer from what they feel like, they also just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna agree. She don't fold like a napkin, and I respect that very much. So all y'all collectively brought me to this, but specifically Catherine and A-Town really caught my attention most with their topics and how passionate they are about how they feel about things. It's very different. It's not the same as how everybody else feel. Compared to all these podcasts talking about the same thing, talking about accountability every week, talk about cheating every week, nothing specific. Everybody's a narcissist these days. The displacement is really annoying. So I enjoy the refreshing take you guys bring on your podcast.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you. That was awesome. We really appreciate the feedback. That's mad dope. Like for real.
Of course, you guys are welcome. It's a pleasure.
I said, I do remember you did meet Catherine and y'all. I can't even call the Reese peanut butter battle. About mocha. I think it was the battle of women. This coffee battle.
No, but you know what? I love that. I love how she said like I really was just messing with her, but like she didn't back down because even I was like to Janisha, I was like, what is happening? Because I really didn't. But you know what? I say all the time to people. I prefer people who like will say something like whether it be rude or however it is. Like I'd rather somebody say it outright because that means I don't have to guess with you. You know what I mean? Like because there are people who will just sit around and like whoever they're with at the moment, whatever company they're keeping at the moment, that's their vibe. They feel the same way. However that person feels or however that group feels. And you never know what you get with them. You know what I'm saying?
That shapeshifter stuff. Remember that?
You mentioned. And that scares me. So I prefer people who like get crazy and I'm like, ooh, okay, all right. So now like, and usually those type of people that I have it out with like that, because you definitely weren't the first, obviously. Like that, that happens to me all the time. I usually become like really good friends with them. Like, and I'm like, I know that you're going to stand up. Like, you're going to say how you feel despite who's in the room, who's watching and all that. And that's something that I respect. You know what I'm saying? So vice versa, the feeling's mutual.
Of course,
and then now I'm like, she be sending me little hearts and stuff. I'm like, I think she likes me a little bit. Word.
Why you rolling your eyes over there? It almost stuck to the back of your head, honey. I seen that. I peeped you.
Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah. Well, I'm glad y'all had this talk because I was like, wait, whose best friend am I? Because I don't know. They both defending my honor. Goddamn.
Girl, we love you equally. Wink. No,
just kidding. I felt I was like, you guys are cool though. We're gonna have to link up when you come to CT Brooklyn.
Absolutely, because I shall be there.
A-Town, can I ask you your perspective and thoughts on how this journey went in this season? What your thoughts, your feelings, your perspective, brother?
Shit's all right, man. Shit's straight, man. You know what I mean? It's cool, man. I mean, talk your shit, man. Be heard, man. Get to talk your shit without getting thrown in Facebook jail, man. It's cool, man. I like it, man. Because if I said this shit on my post, I'd be in a who scout. You know what I'm saying? And they don't fuck with me like that, man. I get up here and talk my shit. How many more F-bombs I got, G? I got about 4. All right, well, fuck it, man. I keep talking my shit. But yeah, it's been cool, man. You know, it's been all right, man. I guess people get to really like, the people that know me, they know like my mouth crazy, but not too crazy, but I just talk my shit. So people that don't know, they might hear my take on shit and be like, oh my gosh, hey, wow, the top of the stairs is crazy. But that's just who I am.
You ain't tell me Elmo was gonna be a special guest.
What's up?
I said, Janisha ain't tell me Elmo was gonna be a special guest.
Oh, we in the building like asbestos.
You silenced him, G. He doesn't feel like he's being heard. I don't know what happened. Kella, how you been, man? What's your thoughts on this ride of ours, this journey? What you think? How's things from your view? Kella.
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry, I was on mute I went out of the screen. I don't know what the hell. I'm tired. I'm really exhausted. But I guess when you first, you know what it is about you? I know that you have like a non-biased take on a lot of things. That's why I joined in when you reached out to me. Because if you were somebody that was just like always on a like, I'm taking this silence, I probably wouldn't have been as open. But the fact that, because a lot of people claim that they're open-minded, but a lot of people really are not open-minded and really receptive to taking in things or to hearing other perspectives of things. But seeing how you move and that you were like watching us over a period of time and how we and our platforms are personally, and the fact that you selected I didn't expect us to come together and then like for us to actually, once we started, we have like this connection, but it's put together so well. Like you couldn't have picked a better team. I don't think. I definitely learned a lot. I learned a lot of patience for sure during the podcast. That when I'm really generally fucking up, that it'll start to surface and it'll fuck up a lot of things as well. So the good, bad, the ugly, and it's kind of fun. And then also, what makes it more fun is finding out that people that don't want me on, there's people that don't care for me to be on here, or like, what is she doing here? Now I'm gonna have to just troll on you just even more because I enjoy doing it on Facebook. Sometimes I like to pick with people because I know people are gonna respond, whether I believe in what I'm saying or not. And to get you going back, and sometimes I want the last word. I'll just keep saying stuff just to see if they're gonna say something back. And I'll keep saying stuff. And I'm like, and they're still going. And they're really still, and you're still entertaining and enabling me. That's where you mess up. But this is pretty fun. And it's like I said, also teach me to do more research on things before I really speak on things and just talk on a random topic. I've been taking more notes before some of our episodes. Like in the beginning, I was just kind of like freeballing. I shouldn't say freeballing, but that's probably not a good thing to say. But now that like actually taking time to write when it's my turn to speak, it makes it better for getting as much I need to say out, but still staying within the time frame of the segment. So I think that's it. And I am shocked as well that like it's starting to turn out in ways that I didn't expect it to, seeing how people are like trying to get on or trying to get their little time to shine or whatever. You see how people are moving or trying to knock people off. Like, let me get in here so I can be heard so we can try to get these panelists out the way because I need to be on this. Like, no, we started from the ground up. You got to get your own ride. That's it. That's all I'm saying about that.
Thank you for sharing that, Kevin. I really appreciate your statement on that. You know, I'm happy to hear that you're riding with us. It's like, you know, it's been it's like I'm so excited I can't even like put it into words because I'll be honest with you, there's some days I don't actually believe it, and then I have to look back and I'm watching these episodes and I'm like, oh, we still keep getting friend requests and people still want to see this and people ask me questions and I'm getting random DMs and I'm like, oh wow. But then it's like about y'all, like y'all are the cast. So it's like it's cool. It's authentic. It's real. It's real, man. I mean, some days we fuck up. Some days we have our kids running in the background. Some days it gets messy. You know what I mean? Some days, you know, it's crazy to just see the process unfold. You know, I like I said, I can't even tell you guys enough how much I appreciate y'all. Like this episode, this season has been dope. Next season, if y'all ready for it, I got some awesome ideas and changes. I'm super excited. But I would like to hear from Gaines and how Gaines is doing today and what his thoughts and take are on this season and all of that.
Hi, Gaines. Been dope. What's up? What up, y'all? Season been dope. You know, I'm happy to be chosen. Y'all know I'm opinionated. I'm gonna say what I say. If you like it, great. If you don't, fuck it. I mean, it is what it is for the most part. But I like it just because I like perspective. You know, I learn something from everyone. I learn daily. So, and I try and share my learnings through my post and how I speak and things like that. So that's, you know, I figure why not? What's the worst that could happen? I learned something from everybody and about everybody. And I know everybody here and vice versa. So it was easy for me to, get on board. Plus I have time. So I like it. It's cool when they do it.
Thank you, Gaines. You're always short, sweet, and to the point. Catherine, by all means. Yeah, so you got your hand up.
Yeah, A-Town be calling his, what do you call them? Political answers? Gaines got political answers. But no, I wanted to say real quick.
Said he answered like the president.
Right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he on a chair board somewhere, like he about to lose sponsorship.
Yeah, like that nigga all PC and all that shit, politically correct ass nigga.
Thank you.
Gaines sounds like he has a publicist get his stuff together before he presents. I kid you not. Like, it's so professionally done. I'm astounded. Go ahead, boy.
Man, fuck Gaines. Fuck.
See, I speak first and think about it after.
Upstage me and shit. All, you know what I'm saying? All thought out questions and shit. Come on, G man, fuck him.
Yo, we gotta
fuck Gaines.
All right, but wait, no, because
no, peace and love.
I wanted to say something real quick. which where Kella's saying, knowing that people reach out and they don't want her here, or Janisha said that we're like cast members that people reach out and say something there. I just want it to be known that she does not disclose any information with us, like as far as like who said what or anything like that. Like she'll give us feedback, like, like, what I'm saying, it has to be said that, like, me and Paul was the eye candy and whatnot, just up here looking on. I don't know, Kat popped up. She trying to give me a run for my money and whatnot. She about to make me go grab my
You got
Beats,
that. You got that caliente. You got that, boo.
Nah, I'm just
No,
playing.
her
But
hair fire. The hair fire.
The what?
Thank you.
Her
I'm
hair
humble for
fire.
you. I'm humble.
Facts.
Thank
No,
you.
facts.
I'm
You
bold
look,
though, but
yeah,
thank you, boo.
Nah, you look
you
good.
look really
If
nice.
you look, I feel like if you could pull off the short hair look, then that's like natural beauty. Like that's a different type
Oh,
of
thank you. I
beauty.
appreciate
You
that.
can't
Thank
just be
you.
out here with a bald head and still look good. Like not a lot of people
I
can
mean,
do
I
that.
still got a big ass forehead
Pull it
though, but
off.
thank God my parents had made me ugly, baby. Just
Yeah.
thank you.
So she does not disclose with us like who says what. She just kind of gives us like a little bit of feedback of things she receives. And it's kind of dope, you know what I'm saying? Because it does give you that fire and you like, word, like you really pressed that I'm on this, like, or are you mad you didn't get picked? And it's like, but you're still tuned in though. You're still tuned in. So thank you for the views. All views.
Nah, I really don't. To reiterate on that, no, audience, I do not ever disclose. I never. If you know me personally, which a lot of you do, I do. That's never been me. That's never been my style to disclose confidentiality of personal affairs or personal comments that you relate to me. If you tell me not to, even if you don't tell me not to, that's just me. That's just that's how platonic relationships work. And I think I learned that when I had two friends that really didn't like each other and I kept feeling like I had to side with one or the, I was like, I can't do this. I can't be friends with either one of y'all, or y'all got to get with it, or just accept the fact that I'm cool with you, and none of this will ever be divulged. And it never has. And I can say 20 years of friendship to each of them, they still hate each other and we all still cool. So it always worked out. So that's just me as a person. I've always been a person, that just likes people. I don't know. People are so complex and fun and full of life, and you can learn so many things. It doesn't matter really who you are. I've talked to racist people, funky people, ghetto people. I mean, I've talked to a lot of different kinds of people that have actually even spit at me. I'm like, why would you do that? What brought you to spit on me? And then they got real confused, like, so you're not mad? I said, no, I'm furious, but I want to understand like what inside your mind thought it was safe and right for you to do that. Like, and then they're like, oh, I didn't expect that. So I realized asking questions in life, no matter how awkward, weird, or angry, or whatever I may be, have opened doors for me to understand people and people to understand me as a person. So I that's one fun fact about me. G, the day I met you, I think I was like, oh, you're the younger brother? And you were like, yeah, I'm the younger brother. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you. Do you play video games? And I knew you weren't his brother. I knew you were a girl, G, when I met you. I just want you to know that.
I was about to say, why are you calling me his brother?
Well, that's what you came to me as when I met you. The day I met you, you said, I'm his little brother. And I said, no. I think it was Halloween. I think it was Halloween.
Oh, I was dressed up as a boy.
Yes,
oh, yeah,
that's what I
was.
No,
I had the baggy jeans on. Yeah, I tried to trick everybody. I was
like, if you want to be, that's fine. It's cool. You want to play video games? And you were like, yeah.
And I never left.
No,
I never left.
So I accept, people for who they are. So it's
and then from that, I was always G baby, the youngest one.
Oh, yes, that's right. I know.
And shout out Desi Desirables on the shirt. We appreciate you, boo.
The
bag was smelling all good.
Like Cash App coming. Shout out, love you.
I love the red black.
We need all the flavors.
Trina, you want one? I'll send you one, boo. What color you want?
I was not about to be like, could I cash up her too so I can get a shirt, baby?
I got you. What color you want, sis? I know you like.
Well, I like purple like royalty because I'm a queen.
I said she doing all different colors. So I have also there was something I was going to say. I think I lost my train of thought. Come back to me, come back to me, come back to me. Katrina, dear.
Yes.
I know that, as far as discussions go, we've discussed the fact that you and Catherine have better understanding and bond through
Yes.
the process now. I guess my question would be to ask, like, what do you see this podcast as, like, going forward? What topics or anything that you want to see going forward, or any perspectives that you weren't clear on from anybody on the panel that you didn't know, or anything you wanted them to elaborate on? Just curious.
Okay, I will start with perspective first. And my perspective goes towards Gaines, because he said something when he introduced himself, and he talked about being like non-biased, all of those different things. But what's interesting is Gaines deleted me because he couldn't handle me disagreeing with something that he was wrong on. Now, if we're supposed to be cool, right? And you're on a podcast that is presenting yourself in a nature that is non-biased, and you're allowing other people to see when you are presenting certain things that it's okay to have a different thought process in something, and it's okay to agree to disagree. But since when agree to disagree have a little sprinkle of pizzazz, razzle dazzle of petty? Because I don't think that's a good reflection of what you're trying to present when you come here, like the president of the United States, speaking so eloquently, but yet still you're kind of straying away from what you're trying to represent as an individual. Now, again, going back to the point, if we're cool and something I said was misinterpreted, don't you think the correct way of doing that, if we're cool, was to slide in my inbox, be like, Kat or LaShawn, as I have my name on social media, like, what you talk about, sis? We could have squared that out and was cool, but you took a different route. So I'm interested to hear what is your take on that, especially when I still stand by you were wrong, loud about a situation, and you were collaborating two different things that was separate. But had you asked me, I would have explained to you what the separate topic was, because they were. But you put two, consolidated two together, and then you deaded the situation. So I want you to like elaborate on that and tell me how that is representation of being non-biased.
Yeah, I'm always non-biased. It was a general
I would like you
status.
to not use that word, because your reflection of deleting someone is not that of a non-biased person.
Nah,
Okay?
well, I'm gonna tell you what.
I want you to take acceptance of that first, because we all say that, take acceptance and accountability of the things that we put forward. So I want you to take accountability that your pettiness was not that of a non-biased person. Correct, right or wrong?
Nah, I
So
don't
we just
think
go,
like
we just
deleting
go
nobody.
skirt off of that.
Nah, I don't think deleting nobody. But what it was, I
Mhm.
felt like, um, I don't care if we disagree. We could always do that all the time. I felt like the way you came at me was rude. So that's one thing I just don't accept is rude. Plus, I don't know you in that fashion. So, and I don't argue with women like that. So I just said, you know what? Anytime, um, if I felt like I feel rude, somebody was rude to me, because I'm never rude to nobody, especially first. Never rude. So I felt like the way you came at me was rude to me. So I just removed myself from the situation. So that's all it was. It wasn't personal. It wasn't because you think I'm wrong, I think I'm right. It wasn't about the situation. I just remove myself from situations. That's all I do. Because I'm not with the drama and all of the other stuff. So,
Right,
and
right.
however someone sees me, then that's on them. I don't think I'm no president or nothing like that. I just, like you said, I think before I speak. I try to do all the time, and I comment when I comment and stuff like that. But mostly, that's why I generally stay on my page, because I'm always commenting for someone to think about what it is they're doing. So I commented on somebody else's page 2 days ago, or something like that, and they responded, nice and cordial. And I know the person too, but again, if you don't want someone to comment on, let's say, a personal situation, then you shouldn't post it on social media. And that's what people often do. You know what you're posting, but if not you, but just people in general, they know what they put in as far as the status is concerned. And if it's read generally, even if that's how you meant it or not, however the person read it is however the person read it. Now, you could go further into detail into comments, and that will elaborate, but that wasn't what the initial status was about. So
Gaines,
generally
what
when
you
I
talking
reply,
about, sir? Because right now I feel like you're talking in circles. You never addressed anything that I said, and you're still heading towards being not in the bracket of being non-biased, my dear. You see, let me tell you something. I was never disrespectful to you. And you know that. Let's not play that. Because and your entire Facebook page is a walking controversial trap. So for you to then sit and say that you have not engaged in other people when I've seen you engaged on it, I've come to the podcast page, see you engage in other people, even making slack jokes. Now, had I not been an open person to knowing the type of banter that you're on, I probably couldn't take offense to it. And I know a few other people, if they did not know you personally, wouldn't take offense to it. Another thing, you don't add people on Facebook there that you do not have any type of liking to. And you've never had a problem with none of the controversial stuff that I posted before. I didn't call you out on your name. I didn't say anything to you that was derogatory, that catered or even was applicable to what you choose to do now. It ain't no love lost. Whether you deleted me or don't delete me, I still got a lot of respect for you. But what I would like you to do moving forward, especially if you're going to be a podcast member speaking to people, is make sure everything that you do moving forward in your life is applicable to all things and answer questions. Don't beat around it. I asked you to elaborate. You never elaborate. All you said was, I know you like that. I never asked you if you know me. You knew me enough to add me. You knew me enough to follow me for months. So I don't know what that has to do with what I asked, but I want you to see how it don't make sense. But like I said, there's no love lost for real. I respect what you say as a gentleman. I think it's very valuable. I respect the fact that you stand by what you said, but we're going to agree to disagree. And we cool, though. We cool. You still didn't answer me, but we cool. It's all love.
So ask me your question and I'll answer you.
But I already did, love, but you didn't answer it.
Ask me again because I feel I answered.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us already seen you beat around the bush. So what we're not going to do.
No, ask me again.
No.
I'm a little confused on the question too, because I felt like you were asking why he deleted you.
No, he knows why he deleted me because I posted something. Yes, you did. I posted.
Hold on.
Yeah. I don't know the question. She's gone.
Hold on. Let me see. It should be good. Go ahead. I was on the earbud.
Yeah, she's still going.
Cool. There we go. I can hear you now. I'm sorry.
Kat, you're muted.
Oh, my bad, girl. I thought I'm gonna repeat what I said. It's no problem.
Yes. Ask me the question first. You said whatever you said.
First of all,
ask me the question so I can answer.
First of all, you know what the question was. I asked you what about the topics that I posted that was in no correlation of each other, which you know what this topic was, gave you the rights, right? That you called me cool, your friend, all of that stuff before. Now I'm not your friend, to delete me. Now you came on talking about your non-bias and all these other things. You, even if you don't like what somebody said, you're able to agree to disagree, and you guys can move forward. But you did the opposite of that. So I'm trying to figure out, right?
So
how is that in any representation to how you're putting yourself forward right now, talking about you agree to disagree, and then you started bringing up stuff like we were never friends, but I never asked you about friendship. I never asked you about a person that you commented on. I asked you about our situation.
You're asking me 5 questions. You're not letting
I never asked you 5 questions.
Right.
I asked you one, and I told you the stuff you added that was nothing to do with what I asked you.
Hold on. It sounds like mad questions because you like rolling into another stuff.
No, Pablo. I think no, Pablo. I never.
Well, no, because I heard the first question.
Then I said, what does all the other stuff he had to do with what I asked him? Which in the beginning was, what does our topic that we discussed that you were unaware of, not because you wasn't there for the what had to transpire between James and myself, warranted him to get so tight that he deleted me for no reason.
Well, he did answer that. He did answer that though. He said you were being rude. Yeah, he said you were being rude. So
the thing about no. Because he was saying a lot of stuff, but what she's saying is he's going in circles because at the end of it, and I only know this from experience, his game's go-to is I don't do the back and forth. But you do the back and forth until you choose not to do the back and forth anymore. And that's what's not fair. just because you don't want to do the back and forth anymore. Now you delete her. And so it's over because you said it is. But you're saying that's why I like to stick to my Facebook, because I put this, I put that, when you have your fair share of stuff that you put up. And it's funny, it's hilarious. Like, one of my favorites was that one where I'd be scared to date new girls. Y'all be mad far behind the bells. That shit was hilarious. But yeah, like you say, you can't say you don't do the back and forth when you come on Facebook to be a tad bit controversial. But then when somebody engages in that controversy, now you don't want to go back and forth and they're deleted. That's like, you know what I mean? That's like walking up and
I'm
punching
sorry.
somebody in
Yeah,
the
I'm
face
sorry. I was confused.
and saying you don't want to
Because like I
fight.
said, I wasn't there on the conversation. And me personally, I don't delete people. Like, I don't, if somebody don't agree with me, that's fine. We could agree to disagree, and we're gonna keep it moving until the next topic arises. But so yeah, so okay. All right, now I got more of an understanding. Yeah.
So again, it's not about, we could go back and forth all day long. That is not the thing. I'm saying I felt you were rude to me. That is the reason I deleted you. That's what I'm saying. We could argue all day long. That's what I'm saying.
But how
It was
did
just,
you,
I
how
felt,
did you
because I
define
felt
that
she
she's
was rude.
though? Not to cut you off.
Because the comment and what she said, I took it as rude.
So you took it as rude.
Correct.
So it wasn't rude, but you took it that way. So which
Right,
means
but
I am not
that's
responsible
anyone's,
for your
that's
feelings,
any,
and this is a personal thing.
exactly.
Okay.
Correct.
But you know
No
what?
one.
But I thank you for correcting what I already know. I want you to come out and say that. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
What
but I
I'm
said
saying
that already.
is that but we cool though, games. I'm saying we cool. It's good. But I just wanted you to elaborate on that. Now you have. Thank you, Catherine, for having Pablo kind of catch up with what's going on with the situation so he could also
Right.
understand.
Yeah.
But what
You.
I was just saying is you can't walk around calling yourself non-biased and non-controversial and throwing around all that. No, you can't, sweetie, because that's called you being fake, fraudulent.
Nope.
In other words, you cannot listen. You can't worship two fathers. You either with the devil or God, sweetie. You cannot be doing things that's devilish, but then you want to be a God after when you want to pull your hand. You can't do that, sweetie. And that's just real talk. And that's
I
in
told you
anything
it
in life
wasn't.
and applicable to me and anybody here. Real shit. Whether you accept it or not, that's just real shit, bro. And moving forward, games, like I said, is no love lost. I love everybody here. I will continue to watch these podcasts. I will continue to laugh at stuff that you say because I think you're a hella interesting guy. But as far as this conversation is dead, buried, gone, I think there's other more important things that we can touch on, and this isn't one of them.
Well, why'd you bring it up? That didn't make sense.
Like I said, if we already fixed it and it's moved on, you see,
No,
that's
but
that's the cattiness. Let it go. Let go with God. Let it
all
go.
right.
Peace
See,
and love.
so we
Okay?
can never speak.
Let it go. That's cool.
Right.
And we confirmed that. So what's the go back for? What's the
All
conversation?
right, cool. So now
Conversation dead.
Cat, let him do the
we
back
passed
and
that.
forth that he doesn't do.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we could now to address you, Catherine. I'm saying it's not arguing back and forth. I'm just saying we can do it. It's if I feel you were rude, then that's where the issue arises.
So
Especially
you're sensitive.
if I don't know
Okay,
you.
understood. No problem.
See, this is what I'm saying. I can't win.
I kind of see where he's coming from. Me personally, I don't delete people, but I see when he's talking about, because I don't mind arguing with somebody, but the minute I feel like you getting disrespectful, and I could be wrong, but I'm gonna stay at least to figure it out.
But sweetie, Pablo,
But,
no disrespect, but
yeah,
there's
I don't know.
Let's time out for a second. There was no disrespect, babe, because let me explain.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I think we could always communicate with each other very effectively, minus we calling each other out of names and all of that. I communicated very effectively to Gaines. I used my words very eloquently. I did not say anything to this man that was derogatory. His problem was what I used these words. You're being loud and wrong, and I probably threw in ignorant a bit. So maybe those words made him feel kind of cradled. I don't know. He decided to delete me. It's okay, but I'm not mad at it. But it's small things. But maybe like
I don't want
everybody
you to think
has
I'm blaming
different
you.
lines. No, not at all, sweetie. I don't feel that way. But everybody has their own way of disrespect. But if you're really from the streets and you really used to this conversation, if what I say to you make you fold like a napkin, then everything is sensitive to you. And what you're presenting is not who you really are. It's a facade of who you truly are. And you should not be an oxymoron, bro. I'm just saying. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, yeah, I could take a hit in an argument.
Thank you for the perspective. I'm trying to get caught up. So let's start with that. I'm not caught up at all.
Like, what was the topic? Yo, what was the original topic?
Exactly.
What was the topic that y'all was talking about?
But let me say this. Let me say this. Excuse me, and I'm not trying to cut anybody off. Let me say this. As far as I only heard, what you said as far as you took it as rude. If you don't really know her, you took it as rude, you can kind of imagine how people take some of the things that you say that do know you, but don't know you, your joking type of manner that I personally know outside of social media and all that, and your heart and everything else. Some people would feel that you're a little rude too, Gaines. So
and I would invite them to delete me as well. That's what I tell people. You
why delete
always.
I said can take you. Not saying that they hate you to the point that they got to delete you, but I'm saying
that's not, just because you delete someone doesn't mean you hate them. No, before all of this, like me and G weren't friends, Keller and I weren't friends. So no, it's not about hate. Sometimes one of my friends, I'm not even friends with them, and I talk to them on the phone. On Facebook, I'm saying. So it's not hate, no.
No, I didn't mean it like that. As far as hate, I'm saying like, I'm trying to catch the fuck up. Excuse my language. I'm so bad.
Yes, Keller, that's what I'm saying. Yes, we were friends before on Facebook. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for sure.
So
yeah, Keller got like 6 pages all over the place. They be coming up out the mountains and whatnot. I'm like, who is this?
But she does have a few pages. Kelly, you do.
That's a little fishy.
But well, you know what? Whatever. I'm not caught up, and maybe I'm not supposed to be. But at the same time, you guys had your conversation. You guys have your understanding as to what went wrong in the relationship that I didn't know you guys had. So, cool.
No, it was just Facebook relationship. But to comment on what she said, I could have inboxed her if I felt some type of way. She could have inboxed me as well.
It wasn't your conversation, so why do I need to inbox you about a comment that you came under? You see how that don't make sense? How does that matter?
No. I'm saying right now, you chose to address it now. You could have inboxed me like you said. I could have inboxed you.
But you deleted it.
If I'm given a platform out of a podcast to express myself about something that I think might also help other people through processes such like this, why should I not? I think as a person who's been on this podcast for so long, and this is a safe zone,
I'm not saying you can't.
You're giving me like I can't be safe, and I would hate to think that, Gaines. Oh my goodness.
Hmm? Yo, Katrina, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What you smoking on?
This one is called Starburst.
Hey.
Y'all are funny.
But no, listen, before we wrap this up, the thing about it is I did the same thing when me and Gaines had our little moment on Facebook. I waited until we were on here to address it, and he put his head to the side like this. He was so mad that I waited to address it here. And my reasoning for waiting to address it here is because when I actually had evidence of what he was trying to deny on my status, he disappeared. I couldn't find him anymore. He didn't want to comment. We went from like 25 comments to I'm sitting up on my bed like, where's his comment? I'm patiently waiting on his comment, but now he's done. No, we're just getting started.
Saying, I felt like that. Right. See, you guys want to go back and forth. As guys, if we decide to interact with you, if we decide to interact with you guys too much, then we're all B words and all of this. And we shouldn't be doing that.
I was laughing all the time.
Definitely not accountability. That's crazy.
I never called you out your name,
go back and forth.
But why did you want to go back and forth until I had proof?
Because it's cool until it doesn't make sense. When it don't make sense, then I remove myself. That's what I'm saying. Things don't make sense to me. I just leave. I promise you. I just don't. If it don't make sense after I've back and forth a couple of times, it's not for me. That's what I'm saying. We could definitely have a great conversation, but when we start talking in circles, and then you not getting it, then
Janisha, what does the back of his New London Brunch shirt say? Because we might have to edit that.
Well, I tried to mail it to him. He did tell me the location.
I was trying to be on my one band, one sound shit.
Yeah, I'm a cash out Desi myself and get my own shirt made for Gaines. What I want to say on the back.
Y'all are great. Oh man, y'all funny.
So what I wanted to say too, so obviously the season finale, Jace, turn the oven off, just hit stop on everything and you can leave them in there. What I wanted to say, so it's season finale, talk your shit, which we're doing, you know what I'm saying? And this is how it goes. Like everybody gotta say it goes, you know what I mean? Little Brady Bunch boxes.
Yes.
But a lot of times when we were doing our topics, and Janisha listed all the topics on the Black page, at the end of it, like we literally, like we're running over, these were supposed to be what, like an hour interval podcast. And we're at the point, I think we ran up almost 2 hours without even realizing it. And still was like, yo, we need a part two. We need a part two. So that was part of this episode, just kind of going back and touching topics on the past ones. Are we gonna do part twos to any of those?
Let me say this. I'm down to do whatever y'all want to do, because I can't make this shake without y'all. I mean, Katrina, would you like to join us, love? You guys, you just.
Well, you're right. I'm game.
We gotta be.
But I love you guys' topics. A lot of you topics deserves part two. I agree with Catherine. If you guys down for it, I support it.
I feel like we should do, like, as we, we take our little flat break and get ready for our next couple of episodes. I feel like we should do a back and forth where, all right, multiple baby moms, baby fathers, part two. Kat, we need you on that. And like, then the next episode will be our originals, and we go into a new topic and like kind of bounce it back and forth, because a lot of those topics, us as panelists didn't get to finish everything we wanted to touch on those topics, but people have short attention spans. So we're trying to like keep it to a decent time frame. People got kids, and I'm cooking dinner in between all this. So, you know what I mean?
I mean, you talking about 2 hours. I mean, I think we started at 7:30. We getting it.
Yeah, we did.
I'm not knocking it. I missed
Mr. Late to the party every single time.
It's all right.
Down there on the bottom.
Yo, can I make a suggestion too for next year, yo? I think we need to have more like these open jaunts, like where it's just all of us just free talking, you know what I mean? Like, as opposed to, it was nice to have the topics and shit, but like every so often have just like a talk your shit episode where it's just like we all here just chopping it up about random shit.
It's episode 10. We doing that right now.
That's what I'm saying. We need to have more like talk your shit. It don't have to be a finale.
Because we got some moments.
Sprinkle,
and we need to record those for
episodes.
ourselves anyway.
Too.
Yeah.
Kel, step in, sis.
I was gonna say, like you said, like with the talking, hold on. Oh yeah, like the talking your shit, especially because like throughout the week, sometimes we have encounters and stories. I think sometimes just showing us as regular people how we handle shit throughout the week, like how we just shared our stories prior to this. Sometimes we could, if we want, record and share some of the stuff, just so they see that we're also regular people as well.
I would respect.
We go back and watch it and then say, do we want to air this or not? And then we want to air it, we'll air. If not, we'll just keep it in the stockpile. If we want to show some bloopers from it, whatever. Just an idea.
I don't knock that at all. I think that's really dope. I'm down for that. You guys help everything make the dream work. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much game for anything. You guys already know if anything takes place or happens with me, Gaines is my lieutenant. He handles the rest. Oh, Catherine, do you have something to say? By all means, I'm not trying to cut anybody off.
If you're finished, no, I can wait. I just put my hand up so you know that when you're done.
So go for season 2. There's still a lot of untouched territory, as not even just pertaining to the topics that we stated. I feel like there's a lot of topics we really didn't elaborate, like mental health and domestic violence. I feel like that could have been more education on that, because I didn't realize how common it is. I know it was common, you know what I mean? But it's like to put a label to it for certain individuals and certain circumstances. Like, I know a lot of individuals, and I didn't even realize, thinking about my own self, like, dang, I technically kind of was in, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think about certain topics that we talked about. Like I said, when we did the topics, we kind of did things on spot when we chose the topic, and a lot of us winged it. We didn't really explore the topic per se, like the layers to it, because I don't think like we really knew what we were doing when we started this. You know what I mean? There was no real direction. We were winging it and putting it together and, busting it down like recipes. Like it's an awesome moving pot. Like, there's a lot of people that are engaged, outside of us, that always asking and, oh, can you do this? Or maybe this will be good for your show. And like, I want more people to engage, if anything, going forward on top of that. Like, if you have a conversation with somebody that's from your friends list, or you have topics that you want to discuss, bring them. Let's have this, let's expand this. Because at the end of the day, it's really about people need to be heard. People really got to get certain things off their chest. There's a lot of pent up frustration of things that people go through, and they have no idea that all 7 of us right here probably done been through it in different ways or different steps, Oh, Gaines, you had something to say?
Oh yeah, no. Just to also add, I do add a lot of people that I don't know. And as they become more frequent on my page, I become frequent on their page as well. So yeah, no, I do add people that I don't know. I befriend, unfriend, all of that. I also feel people do feel a way when you delete them. But I always accept people back too. So I feel like, yeah, even if I delete you or you delete me, I might send you a friend request. I mean, I've never had, but if I felt that type of way about somebody that deleted me, I'd probably inbox them. Somebody else inboxed me too, said why I deleted them or whatnot. I mean, again, like, I don't, that's not my thing. It's just we could back and forth all day long.
Katrina, I think
And
you're sorry.
Again, sometimes I'm not sorry.
If y'all want to be friends again, you gotta send her a friend request.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If I wanted
front
to,
to the aliens and the
opened the door and
Thank
said you
you.
could add me back.
He's saying he's sorry, Katrina.
Sweetie, I don't ever spin the block, baby. That thing
Not
sinks into
even.
quicksand.
Not
But if you
even.
want to come back home to
Can I
mama,
talk? Can I talk?
I'll think about it.
That's the
All
thing.
right?
Y'all not letting me talk. Can I talk? No. I'm saying no. I'm saying I delete people and then they re-add me. I'm saying I've never been deleted and then resent the request to somebody. I'm saying if I delete you and you decide to re-add me, by all means, yeah, that's fine. Not you. I'm just saying people in general. You're not the first one. You're not gonna be the last one.
But it's all love though.
That's what I'm saying. You're not the first. You're not gonna be the last one.
I'm saying he missed you. That's his way of saying
giving that.
it's
giving that, right? I know.
Nah, come on, man. Y'all wild.
If you miss me, just say so.
Go back home,
If I did, I would.
It's giving that. What you think,
Yo,
Kat?
does
What you
anybody
think,
have
Jay?
a time
It's giving
count
that,
on-
right? He missed Mama Bear.
Me too. Does anybody have a time count on how long ago that conversation was over? Like when he took the floor, I was not expecting him to bring that back up.
Y'all never let us talk. Y'all always over talk. I can't get a word in. If you notice, every single episode, my microphone is always muted. I allow you guys to talk as much as you like. Come on. Am I lying? Anybody could unmute right now and say I'm lying.
That's
I never overtalk.
Y'all have overtalked me before. You
I never
overtalked me.
Nah.
Gaines the quietest one in the
group. And that's because you guys are always talking. So I just sit back and listen.
I meant quiet, like your shit's always on mute.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So I'm always muted because you guys are always going. So it don't make me don't
give him the floor. Give him the floor.
No, hey, look, see, they don't give me the floor. I have the floor. I'm saying I can pass it to whomever. I'm just saying you guys always over talk. So yeah, when I got the opportunity to speak, now I want to speak, but I can mute myself now. So, I'm cool with it. Yeah, because you the always one. Like. That's all you say. Every word is like, yeah, you. Every word is like, right? But again, that's cool. I don't mind. That's why I say I always stay on mute and I always give you guys the floor every single time. When it is my turn to talk, then I talk. Y'all only give me like 3 seconds and then y'all shut me off. That's crazy. Back to you, Kat.
You know what's funny? This shit feels like those conversations that I be saying we be having like in between episodes. Like this shit got that feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the shit I like right here.
Now you see what it is. She missed me, but I understand. Like I said, you can send a request. I'm gonna accept.
That's the one who brought up the topic. You threw the fish and thought I would have caught the line.
No, you gotta send the request.
So if you know you missed me, just say so. It's okay. It is okay. You can come back home.
I know
you can come back home.
I know I make impact to people. Trust me when I tell you. So I know people feel offended, and that's cool. I just said you can send a request, and I'll accept it. I won't tell nobody. How about that? I won't tell nobody if you sent it or I sent it. Look at ET phone home. Come on.
Y'all are fucking funny. like that's just
It's crazy how everybody got that vibe. Like that was his way of saying, "I'm sorry, yo." Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that wasn't even it. You know, that's just
I
me
know.
being
I'm
a
fucking with you.
gentleman. That's the crazy part. Yo, that's really what it is. It ain't even about like being perfect or stuff like that. I always want to give the respect that I expect. So that's why I'm cordial and polite to people. I try to do that. Go ahead, Keller.
Have you ever seen the episode of Dave Chappelle with
Nah.
Rick James? You ain't never seen the episode?
Nah.
Oh my God! Please watch when you can. There was a part where Dave Chappelle, no, it wasn't Rick James himself. He said, "I never do things just to do things." And then the next thing, he turned around and did exactly what he said he did.
Oh yeah, he said, "I do things."
This reminded me exactly that episode. And every time I see people do stuff like that, that episode pops into my head, and it's funny as hell. Please watch it. I swear to God. Cause you just said I don't add people I don't be knowing, and then you like I add people that I don't know.
But yet,
No,
I recall he added me and didn't know me.
I didn't say
Yeah,
I don't add
that's
people.
crazy.
No, he was saying
people don't add people.
Yeah, he was saying if he delete, he's never got deleted and then send a friend request back.
But I
Correct.
didn't delete him,
Correct.
so I don't know why is he even having this conversation.
No, that was his way of saying he wanted you to send him the friend request. So he could
It won't happen though, but you know, we will see each other on podcasts. Friends.
You know why Gaines doesn't go back and forth? Because he's too busy going back and forth with himself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, funny.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, brother? Mr. Late, Mr. Dread, shaking the dreads. How you doing? Yeah, I'm calling
Fashionably late.
all the time.
Who said what? What happened?
I said,
Nah, he's not late all the time. Don't paint that picture. He's
no,
not late all
no, he ain't. No, he ain't. I'm just kidding. One day he was on it. One day he was on it before everybody. I was like, oh, okay. I guess we all are late. You hiding, Antoine? You hiding over there, A-Town?
You know what I wanted to say about A-Town? Because sometimes he be needing like a little jump start, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have pause if necessary. I like to, you know, like get that going. So he get up here and like to somebody who may not know him, like when you be like, you know, A-Town, like what's your take on this or your perspective? And he always start, I mean, you know, it's cool, is it? And it just like he come off with that like I don't give a fuck type of air about him. But what he's really doing, like, let me tell you, my man's is so brilliant. What he's doing is he's feeling out your level of what's the word I'm looking for? Your like mental
Like engagement
capacity.
Your mental capacity of like what type of conversation he can have with you, because he could sit there all day and be silly. But if you really start talking with him, and even when he's serious, the conversation is still gonna be silly. It's still gonna be hilarious. My man's got jewels. He got gems for real. Like, and when he gets in his element, he get to dropping them. If you could catch one, pick it up, because he won't steer you wrong. He know what he's talking about. He's just not gonna waste his time getting serious with somebody who's not in a space to receive it. So he played that, you know, it's cool. It's, you know, bitches this and that. Top of the flight of stairs with a quick, swift kick, with a, you know what I'm saying? But if you let it go down, like open up your mind, open up your ears, listen, you'll catch something for real.
Yo, I'm gonna need you to gas me up like that next season, man.
Listen, y'all.
That was fire. That was fire. I'm inspired by that.
Yeah.
No, but she's right though. She's definitely right. I could attest to that just
facts.
by watching the
That's
episodes. You know, she's not capping at all. I've noticed how his tone and how his mannerisms are, because like I said, nonverbal communication is always so much of the higher frequency if you're able to catch it more than verbal. So when you watch how his body language, you could see that he's coming in peace, but his words may not reflect that. But if you're paying attention, you will see he's setting the tone to see, just like Kayla says, how you're going to receive him. And somebody ain't built for how he coming. So he don't want to speak on things if it's going to offend you. So I respect him taking that, at least a different perspective, but he's still cautious of the people that he relays his information to, and that's important.
And even when Janisha's like I appreciate that. He's always like surprised, like really, and it's like, bro, did you not hear what you just said? Like, yeah, that was, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he knows. You know, look, stop. You blushing now.
Right. Give this nigga his flowers.
We
Give
got
his
a dope
flowers.
juice
How those
here, y'all,
flowers
Wednesday.
smell?
Nah, I'm too black for blushing, man. I'm plushing, man. I'm
Blushing. Blushing. Heard you.
Nigga turned it purple.
We went from Elmo to Barney out
I
here.
love you. You love my old Barney ass looking ass nigga, man. Shut up, nigga.
A-Town is a different kind of king. I will say that. I met A-Town once again. I think I said it in one of the episodes. I met him in the studio, and I was the only chick there, the only female. And I don't know, he had a very interesting perspective of like how he came in. I mean, the first thing he said to me was something wild. I'm not even gonna say that. It was nothing disrespectful to me, but it was just like, you could tell he was the life of the party. He was mad. What is the word I want to use? It'll come back to me, A-Town. If there's a word I want to use.
Charismatic.
No, it wasn't that. It was I want to say bold. For somebody, when you just meet somebody, it was very bold. Just bold to say, because one, you don't know me from Adam. You don't know where I come from, what I roll with. But when he said it, it was like, I didn't feel uncomfortable or anything. It was like, all right, this nigga's funny. Where did he come from? Like, I've never seen him before. I don't know who he rolls with. I really don't know if he actually is in the state that he says he's at, or he's just joking. But we picked up a beat, and it was like, he's like, oh, you on this? Who's on this? He went around the room, and I was like, I'm on it. And he was like, oh, you? Like, he didn't like dismiss me, like some of the individuals at the studio that came. Some of the males, they came in there to do whatever they do, and they felt like whoever they were affiliated with that owned the area or the studio, they could object to everybody in the room, and I would say discredit my position at the time. A-Town never did that. So I was like, okay, he's different. Met him twice, once again in the Studio 2 experience, never seen him again. Like, never seen A-Town ever again after that. But I remembered him. Then I think maybe 2-3 years later, I added him on Facebook because I was like, oh, I remember him. He was at the studio. He was chill or whatever. Didn't know him then. Added him. But ever since that added him, I watched anything and everything he posted. And I was like, okay. So this nigga just ain't a nigga that claims he's on drugs. He's like really about some shit. Like, and I'm not trying to be mean, A-Town, but that's when you say you came in, you said, I'm on drugs. I'm about to get litty and I'm about to drop this track. That's what I'm about to do. And you went in there, and I ain't gonna lie, I was like, this nigga makes beautiful music. Okay. Like I was with it.
Oh yeah, nigga, I was like, definitely M-Life, Disco Biscuit.
I felt every piece of
it was
shit.
litty.
And not only
Battle Gang Heavy, yeah, all that.
And not only that, to watch him in the studio, it was honestly a very beautiful experience, because when he went in there, it wasn't like everybody else. Like, everybody went in there, they had their rhymes written, they had their, their tone they wanted to set. He came in there goofy as fuck, got quiet as fuck, went in there and just spit grease, like just effortless ad-libs, 16.
Sounds about right.
Beat, everything. And then after he was done, the nigga left. like never seen him again.
Yeah. Back to the trap.
He didn't stick around for nothing. He said, I gotta go make this money. And he was ghost. Never seen him again. Until 3 years after that, I seen him on Facebook and I added him. And ever since then, I just be watching this post. So I was like, okay. I was like, all right. I like the way he pushed shit. I said, he's controversial as fuck. People are angry with him. Just like Gaines. People are angry with him. I said, those two people are angry with him. Then I seen Paul, and I was like,
they were angry with me? What did I do to the people?
Listen, this is my perspective. You get what I'm saying? For me, when I put all this shit together and I started putting y'all together, because I was like, all right, you need 3 women, 3 dudes. That was simple to figure out. Wasn't hard to figure out. I was like, who be pissing people off? I was like, G has known to piss somebody off. I love her, so I'm gonna use her. She's been known to piss somebody off because she likes to talk. I love G. G was my right hand, so that was automatic. Kella, I watched Kella for like, I'd have to say maybe 2 months and a half, because I really couldn't figure out. I couldn't even figure out, one, how to approach her. I'm gonna start with that. I really didn't know how to approach her. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I had to talk to one of my best friends, like, yo, how do you think she would? And she was like, well, yeah, if you ask her, she's really friendly. Like, you have no, I said, I don't know. Are you sure? Like, is she gonna cuss me out? I don't know. What am I gonna get? I didn't know what I was gonna get from you, Kayla. I really didn't.
I get that a lot. People are afraid to approach me, and I'm not hard to approach.
I said, if I come off like this, is she gonna be pissed? She's like, don't say it like that, Janisha. Say it like this. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to be creepy, because when I say it to y'all, when I was explaining it to y'all, I was like, I ain't trying to be creepy, like I'm stalking y'all and I'm doing this, that, and the 15th. I wanted to make that clear, because even when I met Katrina, I didn't meet Katrina in person. I met Katrina through my husband and her husband, and that's how everything else took place. And Katrina was like, straight off the bat, she was like, I'll make friends easily. What you about? Because other than this is gonna be quick, short, and sweet. And I was like, well, okay. And I laughed, and she was like, okay, she didn't take that how I thought she would, but all right.
And I was dead ass.
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
But then Tanisha grew on me, like she real quirky and stuff. Like I'm so introverted and she's so extroverted. So it's like, girl, the excitement. I need you to turn that down to a 5. Because I'm still at like a -1. You know, I woke up, I ain't even smoked yet. You gotta relax, mama. But I do enjoy her personality, because she definitely does get me started in the morning. For a person who don't drink coffee, she's definitely my caffeine, especially when she posts certain things and I might be feeling a little off that day. I was like, girl, how do you know? She didn't know, but the post definitely resonated. So, you know, I give her much respect. So it was easy to be friends with you, because you wasn't like people trying to be fake, trying to cheerlead, trying to be on my dick. You won't be surprised how people will befriend you for the wrong things, or for the wrong attributes, just to find a person that has quality and principles. That's definitely what you call a needle in the haystack. You my needle, girl. I appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, man. Mad love. Oh,
Called you the needle.
I know, damn. I never been a needle.
You girl.
No,
but my needle, girl. Come sew this cloth.
I appreciate.
But can I piggyback on what she just said? She said something that I wanted to like say, because you started to get into like, you know, you picked us because we pissed people off. But it's funny how like we've been rocking out for this whole time and none of us had like no falling out. So it's funny how like other people consider us, you know what I mean, like a certain type of way, but we all can link together, and it's kind of adds to that. It's just a you know, a testament to like all of us being genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga you see,
We might be too dynamic.
The person you see on social media is the person you're gonna see when you pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that part of it, at least we were able to all figure out that at least you got some of the realest people on this panel. You know what I'm saying? Like the A-Town I see on Facebook is the A-Town I see in person. You know what I'm saying? Like we all stand on what we believe in, and it's not it ain't really no faking. You know what I mean?
No, it's not. Because I mean, the craziest thing I said, outside of it, I only knew Catherine and I only knew Gaines. I've known Gaines for a long time. I've known Gaines is a Taurus. Okay. So my mother was a Taurus. So hold
on. Watch your mouth. I'm a Taurus. Watch your mouth.
Listen, let me say something about y'all bulls. Okay. All right. Y'all bulls. All right. That's exactly what y'all are. And you guys are an acquired taste for some people. But because, like I said, I've been raised by a Taurus, it's the most unbalanced balancing situation of upbringing possible. It is so much love with it, though. So it's like Gaines has never offended me, like ever in life. Like I've always understood Gaines, but I can see how Gaines would rub a few buttons. And out of everybody, when I started picking, like I said, picking people, Catherine was automatic. I was a Gaines is next, of course. That Gaines is like, there was several people that did not want me to choose Gaines because I think they were a lot like Gaines, but Gaines has a better balance on sticking to what he's gonna, you know, keep going. A lot of people like Catherine said, they fold like napkins. Is that what you said? The New York way? Fold like napkins. A lot of people do that. Gaines sticks to his guns. He stands his ground. He stands on his principles. So that is why, you know, Gaines was really simple. Paul, I'm going to be 1,000,000,000% honest. Are you ready for this, Paul? And I've never said this before. Okay, I've only known your brother. I know Marcus. I didn't know Paul. So I'm gonna put that out there, everybody. I didn't know Paul. For anybody that didn't see his episode, I did not know.
And I know your brother.
Yes, and like, you know what? Yes, know your brother. We mutually know each other's brothers. So when I don't know if I added you or you added me, whatever. I don't know how that worked, but either way, we became friends on Facebook. I used to just see the post and I'm like, why are they attacking this man like this? Like I said, what he said is, I mean, I don't disagree, but I don't want to say anything because everybody is going to be like, well, what do you mean? You're a woman, you understand, you have kids, you don't. And I'm like, yeah, whoa, but there comes a moment in time where you got to take a little bit of accountability. And the way he's saying it, it's not really mean or wrong. It's just you are really triggered because the boot fits you. And unfortunately, it might have some ties to this man. And not only that, I'm gathering from some of the individuals there might be, and I'm saying this with my respect, maybe there's some sexual frustration that he has caused you and he hasn't gave it to you, or he has not delivered certain things that you require of this man. And he's just he's just really pissing y'all off. Because there was so many different perspectives to look at. I was like, damn, what is it? Like, I mean, what is he? Is he Michael B. Jordan to them? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to get it. Because, I mean, Paul, there's a lot of women, and I'm not saying it now. I'm talking about in the past tense of me hearing these Paul Howard. Like, your name was something like Vin Diesel. Oh, you're going to see that Vin Diesel movie? That Paul Howard movie? You know Paul Howard? Like, nigga, I didn't know you, but I knew your name so goddamn. I was like, Marcus, what is wrong with your brother? Like, what is there a problem? He was like, no, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. I hear his name so often. Now I got to meet him. I've known your sister and your brother. So that's the craziest part. I was like, he can't be that bad. So then I finally went to reach out to him and I was like, Paul, I know we don't know each other, but I have a project and I really feel like you're a good candidate for it because I feel like you have so much to say and I feel it's really honest and I don't know why people get mad at you. And then you were like, yeah, sure, I'm down. And it wasn't until I posted the picture of all of us together. No, G posted it. I didn't even post it. G posted the picture of everybody together. And that's when I started getting random. What is this? Why him? What is he going to say? What is your show about? I don't understand. What is the purpose of this? What are you doing with him? I'm like, what did he do to you? Like, what happened? Like, Paul, you were a threat. You were Venom from the movie of Spider-Man. You were, I don't know what you did, Paul, in your past. Because listening to your podcast and listening to your honesty and listening to everything that you are, you're just one of the most wonderful people I've ever met. And I don't understand. I just never understood.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
I really don't.
But
I do. I feel you're wonderful. I really do. I can't
I appreciate
find anything bad about you. You know, you
listen, I'm definitely easy to like and I'm definitely easy to hate. Like, and there really ain't no in between. And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a whole shit ton of people loving me because I got enough, you know. But I mean, them people you talking about, like these women, I mean,
it's a lot of women.
There was a time where I was like heartbreaker. I'm sorry. Hold on. Katrina wants to say something. I'm gonna let her speak. She got here.
No, all I was saying based on between Pablo and Gaines is like I realized with a lot of women, just looking at the comments, a lot of women are attracted to intelligence. So they love the fact that you guys post some of the things that you post. But the problem is, if any of you guys have ever crossed the line to sexual preference, I noticed that a lot of women, you as intelligent as you are, you become as dumb when you no longer serve a purpose. So maybe that's why some women be like, oh, why him, why that? But it's not that, because just because you may dislike how something went in a relationship does not discredit you as a man or a human being and what value you bring to other people. So it's crazy how some women will really go through the extent to even reach out to put you down. To me, that's the highest form. That's the highest form of the lack of self-love, in my opinion, that you have to go that far to do such. And people need to work on that. And like you said as well, Jen, accountability is necessary. Even for myself as a woman, got to do better.
You know, I mean, at the point of this, like, you know, because I don't want to hold everybody, you know, this has definitely been awesome. You know, this has been a journey. This has been exciting. We appreciate you definitely having you here, Katrina. Like, this is, you know, I appreciate you for taking time out of your life and your day to even come on here and say your piece and have your opinions and all of that as far as everybody and, you know, the podcast in general. Definitely want to welcome you and having you go forward if everybody else agrees. I don't think, you know, if nobody else would disagree, but I can't speak for them. So, but you know, it's like I said, it's been a blessing. It's been a journey. I definitely praying and God willing going forward for all our viewers. You know, we do have a season 2 because people are engaged. People are tuned in. Our YouTube page is up. This episode will go on the YouTube page. I want to say that instead of the actual group page, just to get things rolling a little bit.
And how do we plug the YouTube page? Is there a certain?
I'll post it and you guys can connect it and share that because we just made it public. We were putting everything together. Of course, like you said, Kella said, let's make videos, let's make bloopers, let's add, Kella, first of all, before we close out, I want to congratulate you 1 billion%, because over the last 6 weeks, you've been through a lot of hurdles this summer. And, I see you, man. I see you shining. I see your food. I see, your drive. I've never said that to you, and I'm not just putting that on blast because you're on here, but I really have been seeing everything you're doing. And I could just say I'm proud of you, man. You've been through a lot this summer, so keep going.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now I kind of the problem was I was doing a little bit too much talking about stuff. Now I had a conversation with my sister, we're off that. Now I'm just posting shit, just content, pure content. And of course my shit talking stuff, but with what I want to do, just pure content. Not what I'm going to do later, not what I'm going to do next week, just post, and what you get is what you see. Got questions about it. And I've actually met an event manager recently, and she added me because she wants me to do food functions, but that's another story. So that things have been we've been picking up a little bit more. Just
and your
steady,
plates, when you post them, they speak for themselves. I'm
just gonna post them because now I got football moms adding me now. At first they was talking, some of them was talking trash. And I heard they've been talking about when I'm not around, questioning things, and now they're adding me and they're questioning. Now they're looking, they seeing they actually looking at my work now. They're that wasn't bullshit. And I want to tell you, I could get it in the kitchen. But like I said, the place is now speaking for itself. I don't do much talking. But just show the pictures, content. That's it.
Period. That's all.
That's it.
Katrina is a cook too. She's an excellent cook. Maybe you and Kella and
I am. So what you're talking about is exciting me, baby, because I get down. You feel me?
So
I love a woman who could do that thing. I respect it. I support you, and I can't wait to visit because
and I love to learn too. I love to learn more too.
Girl, we both learn, honey. Period. We're gonna do all of that, honey. That Black excellence. Period.
No, I just wanna once again, I know you guys, I said in the past, like I said, I watch you guys. I don't see it in the stalker form. I watch it just to observe, just like I do anybody else. Paul, congratulations on your endeavors with your house and your job. I think that's exceptional. G, congratulations with your business. And thank you for allowing me to be a client, because I've been in bliss for the past couple of days from your services. My house is still clean. Not to say that my house is dirty. I got 2 kids that run around. I got a busy schedule, but you know what I mean? She really shouted out to a mother that really needed a little extra hand. So it's been dope. It's been great. A-Town, even though you've been in jail, Facebook, socially, I see you on the street, brother. I always see you. I'll be beeping. That'd be me when I drive by. Games, I see you spending them weddings. You know what I'm saying? Despite us doing this podcast and Games, I did see you in your last event. I see that you consistently be doing stuff. You be busy, you be working. And one thing I did take really good heed to, Games, that you brought up one of our episodes. It might have been accountability. I can't remember exactly what episode it was, but you said that no matter what, you're always educating yourself and learning different stuff, as far as whether it's YouTube, whether it's surfing the internet, you're always using your time wisely. I want to say thank you for sharing that, because I actually has put me in perspective to hold myself accountable when it comes to my health. Lately, I had a couple situations take place, me personally, with my high blood pressure, and then me not really paying attention to myself after, certain events that take place. I've had a lot of loss in the last 3 years. So me staying on track as far as taking care of myself versus everybody else outside of me, sometimes it gets a little bit disarray. So I can say that I've consistently been on a nice tip for the past month. My tiger eye pills, my walks every day, my water, not too much alcohol, not too much anything. And I feel really good. So I know that something about it is working. So that actually stuck with me, Gaines, the accountability part on that, because, you can't preach to the choir and not be part of the preaching. So there's something that I learned from each and every one of you, even Katrina included, who's not, part of our panelist group, but just a guest, which I'm very thankful. Once again, you gave your time. You didn't have to do that. You got 3 kids, you got a life, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate you that wholeheartedly. I've learned something from each of you, and that's really what the point of this entire building communication, building community communication amongst each other as Black people, as brown people, as a culture, as a Puerto Rican, or whatever we're mixed with, because I still want to find out what my lineage is all the way, even though I know what I was told and what I was brought up on. You always want to do research. So I like that you push that, Gaines. I like that you definitely shared that. I do appreciate you for that, whether you're here with us still or not. This was not a session to beat you down, brother. I promise you, I didn't know all the rhetoric, but it's okay, because that's what we're here for. We're here to communicate. We're here to talk. We're here to discuss things that we don't understand. And a lot of times social media can really paint that picture that we just end up not understanding each other. And I think that's so critical, because us as a culture, we do struggle with communication. We do struggle with talking and having hard conversations. We do struggle with ego and saying sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like we all struggle with that, myself included. But I think it's healthy to learn to unlearn unhealthy habits as adults, because we are all raising children. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that we can continue this. Like I said, Paul, you right. I do like these freelancers talk your shit episodes. I think these are nice going forward, because we do end up, getting free and candid and touching topics that we didn't even expect to touch in an organized setting, and still covering some ground. So, I think going forward, we'll sit down, we brainstorm, we figure out what's best, and we just include more people in the community. We include more things, and we just expand the best way we know how. And as well as you guys expand your personal businesses and talents, I'm always here to support you, whether you're here with us or not with us. We gonna go. This is a movement. This is never going to stop. This is never going to stop as long as I'm alive, because this is my mission, like my movement mission, for people to just be heard and to feel like they have a space. So I thank you guys for all being with me, standing by me. Nobody is behind me. I am not a boss. I am not somebody that runs everybody. I know you guys call me a leader and Professor X and all that. And I'm gratitude. I have shown real gratitude for that, but I could not do this without you guys and the realness that you guys bring, and the honesty, and just being open enough to be real enough with each other. So thank you. I will give the floor to whomever, and appreciate y'all.
First off, Pablo, you went and slipped that bucket hat on when I was out there trying to get my steaks ready, and we out here supposed to be twinning and whatnot. So whenever this next episode is, I'm coming in with mine. I expect you to have it over to the side. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? You blindsided.
The Scully got hot. The Scully got hot on this side. The Scully got hot on my ears.
It looks nice. Yeah, but I also want to follow up with Janisha, and thank you, Kat, for being here. You slid right in, fit right in. I'm going to be watching other episodes back, where's she at? What happened? Seemed like you've been here the whole time. So yeah, moving forward, definitely, I'm on board with that. I love each and every one of y'all here. As we go forward with our more personal ones, we all share stuff from time to time, and I'm on a health journey currently, which over time I will start to share more publicly. My cast members know a little bit what's going on. But I just want to remind everybody that health is wealth, and you really do need to take care of yourself. Make sure you follow up on your PCP appointments, get your teeth cleaned, ladies, OBGYN, stay on top of your body, pay attention to your body, because it is very serious. And if you don't feel good, you can't do good, and it stops a lot of things. And the moment I'm in right now, I have more clarity than I can ever ask for. I have energy. I wake up early in the morning. I get more done by 10 a.m. than probably the last 5-6 years of my life. And I'm extremely grateful for that. So I'm starving like Marvin, and I'm about to really wrap it up. And the only other thing I want to say is, yo, Desi, I need that t-shirt to say Rick James, bitch, on the back of DJ Game shit. And I'll meet you next time with the bucket hat, Pablo.
I bet.
Anybody have anything else to close up before we call it a night?
Yeah, I want to thank you, Janisha, for Miss Antitintings for doing all the footwork. You know, like we just show up on the meetings. You handle all the ins and outs, everything like that, and make these connections with everybody. So, you know, you say you can't do this without us, but this wouldn't even happen without you. So, and like you do everything as far as like the gathering everybody, and so you know you do about 85% of the work for this to move. So we want to appreciate, show that we appreciate you for even getting us together and even seeing us in your dream, so to speak.
Thank you. No doubt. I appreciate you. Thank you for that, Paul. Definitely, truly. A-Town.
Facebook, Paul does have feelings. Y'all, can y'all see it now? He is not public enemy number one.
For real, I'm easy to love, easy to hate.
Man. He's a very reasonable man, ladies. I just want you guys to know that. And if maybe you
fuck the ladies. I'm not saying anything. I don't care if y'all don't like me. I got a girl anyway.
Period. Let them know. Period. You got wifey. Yes. No. That's all. That's all they need to know.
No disrespect to your girl, because I appreciate every other piece of work that she does.
I'm just playing.
Jessica, Jessica, thank you from me, Professor X, truly for anything you've helped me with in the past, because I'll be moving, I'll be sticking and moving, and sometimes you be catching errors. Keller, Gaines does that. All you guys that catch me when I slip in my quick movements, I appreciate y'all, because Jessica be looking out too. So there's love behind the scenes. Jace, thank you for the editing. I've seen you pop your curls in earlier, brother, when your mom wasn't there. So
my baby, he be playing around with it. That's my baby.
We all make this thing happen. Gaines, are you still with us, dear? Gaines, you're not with us no more?
Hey, yo, love, light, and now stand up. We here to make things better. Talk about things that need to be talked about. Address things that nobody else wants to address without arguing and fighting and cussing and calling each other out our names, because we all in this together, especially us right here. Because it's, what is it, A-Town? I can't hear you. What is it?
One band, one sound.
One band, one sound.
Nigga, you know it's one band, one sound.
One band, one sound. And when I get back to the town, I got you on that play. You heard, over and out.
Yo, make sure you go pick up that snack thing I gave you.
I'm going to get my snack. I don't turn down food, bro.
Let me know what you
Period. Let them know. Food is life.
Right.
Life is food.
All right, y'all. Love y'all.
I need to find a name. Love y'all too, y'all. Y'all be good, y'all.
All right. It was good, y'all.
Thank you, Katrina.
See you guys next time. It was a pleasure, guys. Take care.
Yo, you gotta pull up.
Hey, you my favorite, Kelly. You my favorite girl.
I was gonna say thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Of course, all of you.
Y'all be good, yo.
Bye, guys. Thank you again, Janisha. I appreciate you so much for this opportunity.
Peace.
Later, guys.
You guys have a good night. It was
you too.
Thank you for tuning with us. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for supporting us. Keep staying tuned. Gaines, thank you, brother. Thank you for closing out. Where are you at? Where you been, brother? You gonna say bye to us? Bye.
Say what?
I said, you gonna say bye to, you have any 2 cents to
You wanna go add the friend request?
They gave you your flowers. They gave you your flowers and you wasn't there.
Oh no! What?
If I see that friend request,
save you the performance.
If I see that friend request, I'll send a screenshot. I'm gonna give it a couple of weeks.
Wow, that's
Don't do that. Y'all got a link. Y'all got a link. Don't do that.
Right? You see, like, that's crazy. So you see, now she punking me, because if I say it, then now see, I told you. See, she want me to send.
I'm just playing with you, bro. Like you see, you rule sensitive, bro.
How sensitive. Y'all have a good night.
No, this was dope. I'm glad that you guys got to have that conversation. It was, at the end of the day, that's really what it is about, like conversation. So even if they're hard and different, even our other topic, whenever that gentleman that really wants to be heard,
Sorry.
he is more than welcome.
You laughing, yeah.
We are ready for you whenever.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'll be good.
To be heard.
I like that cackle. I'm out too.
I'm just saying. I mean, with all due respect, like this is the part of the. You know what, guys? All right. Good night. I love y'all. But anybody,
Caleb started it. Okay.
I'm gone.
Anybody, I gotta say that. Anybody that's watching, I mean that. Please come and say what you must say. You are here.
All right, I'm out.
It's not a joke. Damn, you see what they did me, Gaines? They just Gaines, it's me and you, man. They just left us like that. They don't want to hear the real
Exactly. Yep.
like they
I know.
just cut me off and left. But I'm being 100% honest. If you have something to say, audience listening, watching, if you need something to be heard, you have a topic to bring to the table, please come and see us because we down to talk about it all. And this is my co-captain, Gaines. So if anything go down and I ain't present or something, Gaines is the one to handle it. So y'all toughen up. New London Brunch, bless y'all. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for sticking with us. Gaines, brother, over and out, man. Bless you.
Over and out. Peace. Bless you. Love you.
This was good.